since day one. These don't want to see me win, man. I don't know why, but we gonna win anyway. I came straight out the with a microphone. Boy, I swear I couldn't leave that mic alone. Everybody clear the room, I like to write alone. I'm in my zone, bass bouncing off the...
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. A very solid gain of 27.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cochran. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It was like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Now Rosen on 1st down. And Gresham has it left side. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Rosen to throw on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Green 39! Green 39!
On second down, here's Rosen. And this one complete right side to Funchess. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Rosen will throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Robert Kindici able to drop him for a loss of 4. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, Ryan. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he gets it down to the 32.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Ryan now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keeping the short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Now Rosen looking to throw. That's complete. Bernard. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Rosen. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from the desert after this. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Detroit! Let's go!
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's going to sling this deep down, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Rosen. And Gresham, the tight end, brings it in. And he'll go down at the 28. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Crosby puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Left side caught by Diggs. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards there for number 15.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get nothing out of that one. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And he's able to find Diggs. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. They go play action here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Ryan. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Bryant's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll begin here with Bernard. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, it's Rosen. Open here, Adam Thielen. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Here's Rosen to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because he just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Let's go!
Play action here with Rosen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Gone! Hot!
They're going on 4th down. Rosen. And he finds his man. That's Butler. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Escaping the pressure right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Hot!
2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. And this is incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On second down, here's Ryan. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Ryan now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's brought down. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
First down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Let's go.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
22.
Throwing now. Ryan on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Now he's forced out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Ready. 21.
Now Ryan on second down. And this is caught at the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Falcons on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Wait. 22.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Flush to his right. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
Hey, let's go.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Hey, right. Hey, Tuesday.
They'll try and run. Freeman. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be fourth down. So an important try here from Matt Bryant. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And he missed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On third down, Rosen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Robert Alford. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. And this one's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Ryan going to get to Freeman on the draw. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Rosen will throw. Forced out to his left. Caught left side by Funchess. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He sets to fire deep. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll field this at the 5. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Ryan. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. receiver complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So it's all up to the other Matty Ice. Matt Bryant now. He has missed twice today, but he can make up for it here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. And, boy, this is typically certainly one of the better kickers in the game. We're not used to seeing him miss 3 times from field goal range. No, we certainly aren't. It is very out of character. He's probably had seasons where he's missed 3 field goals. Just goes to show you, no one's immune. Rosen to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Rosen. He's going to let this one go deep. And this one is incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. First throw in overtime now for Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Ryan. Oh, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now Rosen underneath. This is Bernard. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give him another shot on 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's the backup Bradford. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Bradford to throw for it on 4th. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Stop right there. Stop right there. There we go. Stop right there. Stop right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On the taunt, Bernard. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it! The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Cards, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.